Today we're going to have a short video on secure internet browsing. This is going to evolve into a much larger topic where we get into, more of the technical skills. But for now, we just want to make sure you understand when you're on the internet, you want to be protected, and maybe you want to understand how that protection works. So we're going to start with the basics here. We're going to start with Entraz.com. I have both Edge and Chrome up and running, so you'll be able to see how both of these work. If you look in the address bar, you'll see a View Site Information option, or a little lock, basically. You're going to see this lock in multiple different browsers, like here it is in Chrome, and here it is in Edge. In Edge, you go to View Site Information, and it'll tell you if the connection is indeed secure. Now, one of the things you do have to realize is just because it's secure doesn't mean it's protected, so to speak. Now, don't get too worried about this. We just go through this process to make sure you understand how this works. The site has a valid certificate, and it was issued by a trusted authority. All around the world, we have certification authorities that provide certificates that basically validate the owner of the websites to make sure, they're legit. So what we're going to do here is click on the little certificate icon to show the certificate and who issued it. In this case, you'll see that www.entraz.com was issued by the Sectigo RSA Domain Validation Secure Server CA. Now, you'll notice we have to trust the issuer, and the certificate has to be valid. Now, one of the questions you may have is, well, how do I know if I trust the issuer? So in this case, we're going to go to certification path just to understand the root CA, the subordinate CAs, and of course the certificate that was issued to the web server. We're going to look for the Sectigo RSA, so we're going to hit the Windows key and go to Cert Manager, which will allow us to manage computer certificates. When you open up this snap-in, I'll make this a little larger for us. So we have our local computer certificates. This is not part of the user right now, just the computer. If you scroll to Trusted Root Certification Authorities, we can look at all the certificates we have for those CAs. So we'll first come down here to see if the issued to has Sectigo RSA. And you're going to notice it does not. Now, sometimes you're going to have to realize that you don't trust the issuer directly. If you're looking at our screen right now, you may have noticed the friendly name option listing Sectigo down here. Sectigo has the issued to User Trust RSA CA. Now that's, of course, not what this is. But let's look at this User Trust RSA. Okay. It was issued by and issued to itself. That's fine. Oh, but the root CA is, of course, Sectigo, which you're going to see here. So because it may have a different name or friendly name doesn't mean that we don't indeed trust it. So what we want to do here is say, okay, let me look at the subordinate CA to see what it says. Oh, well, look at that. Issued by User Trust RSA CA. We trust User Trust RSA CA. It was issued to the Sectigo RSA Domain Validation. So because we trust this server here, which is indeed the Sectigo root, we also trust the Sectigo RSA Domain Validation Secure Server CA. And because we have a certificate that we trust and is valid, we can assume that all communication between your computer and this web server is secure and legit. Now keep in mind there are times where some malicious actors can basically fake some certificates, but be wary If this thing comes up and says the site is not secure, or it's not valid, or you don't trust the issuer, you might want to be a little wary on that particular website. But all in all, that's pretty much it. The website gets a certificate, your computer connects to that web server, they create a session key, and you have your secure browsing. Stay tuned. In the next video, or maybe an extension of this one, we'll get into the technical details of how encryption, PKI, asymmetric, and symmetric encryption work, especially when you're talking about web servers and, say, like Cisco AnyConnect, or other types of certificates, and how we can trust them. So I hope to see you in the next one.